Burn Unit with your host, the amazing Jonathan.
What are you doing?
Hey, Chris. Seeing if this works.
It's good.
Yeah. Good piece of PVC here. Don't throw that out. What are you doing? What? You got to clean it up in here. It's a mess. What are you doing?
Just checking it.
Don't you ever nod? Don't you ever nod? This is filthy in here.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Huh? Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Just making sure this works.
Tanya, 5 minutes. Tanya. Tanya? Tanya? Oh, man. Okay, please. Oh, man. Hey, Chris! Chris, get in here, man. You're not going to believe this. It's Tanya, man. I don't know who she's in there with, but listen to that, man. We got like 4 minutes before showtime, and she's got somebody back there.
I've never heard this before. Where's her curl ring?
I don't know anything, man. I just
Is that what
came
she
together.
said?
It's not here.
What's the point? I'll go in or you...
You go in, man. I'm not going to get in trouble.
Tanya! Coming in!
You are so big! Oh, I love you! I love you!
Hi, 3 minutes.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'll be right with you.
Okay.
I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final Burn Unit. We have a very special show for you tonight. My co-host Sophie Evans.
Hello.
Yeah, we've decided to pull the plug on the show because Sophie's in and out so much with her female problems that there's no consistency to the show anymore. And now that she's been stitched back up again, we're back in action.
We're right as rain now.
Yep. So, what we've decided to do for our final episode is this. We're going to have all the people that's worked for me, the crew, not lighting and sound. We don't have that, as you can tell.
Waste of money.
Yeah, but just the close crew, the ones that work directly with me and my assistants throughout the years, who have been numerous, 6 of them, I think, 6 or 7 in 13 years. A lot of them my girlfriend, sure, who want to feel important, so we had to give them jobs.
You do what you can. Oddly enough, it didn't make me feel important working for Jonathan, so I moved on, but hey.
Yeah, you were actually my girlfriend too for like a week. No.
What a week,
it was,
though,
it was a great week, and then the female problem started again.
Yeah,
I'm out of the pool.
The female problem was about 18 and kind of cute, but
Keyword being kind of cute.
all right, sorry.
Jeez, this is good. This is good with switch. It sounds like my neighbors. It sounds like Tanya. So we have Tanya here tonight.
Do we?
Yeah, we do, and we're gonna bring her out. Tanya, what are you watching?
The Schindler's List or something like that.
Schindler's Yeah, it's a,
There are some funny parts of that movie.
yeah, she's found them, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Come on out here.
Okay. Oh, okay. How do I get... I can't find the way.
It's the curtain, the black curtain.
Should we help? No.
Ow.
Marco!
That's not the door.
Marco!
Polo!
Marco!
Polo!
I'm so sick of this. Marco!
Polo!
Keep going.
I can't find it.
Hotter. Hotter.
No, you say Marco.
Marco.
Oh!
Polo. Loco! Don't touch the puppets. Don't touch the puppets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi!
Hey, so good to see you.
You look beautiful, don't they?
You look beautiful, don't you?
How are you?
Yeah.
There's nothing there, is there?
Where?
It's like looking at a vacuum tube.
Yeah.
Because that's the sound vacuum tubes make.
This sure is a slippery chair. Whoa.
So, Trader,
Yeah.
you're working for Chris Angel now, I hear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
word on the
Chris
street.
Chris Angel pays me.
But he doesn't give you sugar cubes, does he?
No, that's
All right,
not right.
There you go. All right.
He rehearses too.
Oh! You knew the hours I spent just thinking about rehearsing.
Yeah.
So, what's going on with you?
There's lights up there.
Yeah, there's lights up there. Don't get in the trance.
Yeah, don't start the light.
It's not good.
Hi.
She told me that you can look at the eclipse of the sun, but don't get too close. That's what she said. She was staring at the fucking sun during the eclipse.
Because it's hot.
So, how are your math skills? This is the girl who's so bad at math. This is unbelievable.
No, I'm very good at
No, you're not. Watch this. What's 5 plus 5?
500.
Yeah.
That was good.
What's 7 plus 3?
Thursday.
She was right.
What's
again.
5 plus 5?
10.
You got one right. She got
She
one.
did.
How'd you get that one right and the other one's wrong?
Because 500 plus Thursday equals 10.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Fucking
never
whack.
would have got that.
No. So we're gonna bring out Erica, and you're gonna go do something that you won't do on stage, and that is change character for us right in front of the camera.
Yeah.
She won't do it because this is not who is behind all the makeup and breasts, the fake breasts. This is.
Huh?
Speaking of breasts, do you remember the time
Oh yes.
Snake Babe came up and she
I do.
lifted her top up and she had Grudge Key written
Oh,
on her
yeah.
breasts? That
Yeah.
was one.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Oh, thank the Lord! Deja vu! Beautiful. You are so beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That was Carrie Pollock.
Gary Pollock used to say garage key every time you saluted, and you were like,
He paid me too, by the way.
shut up!
He'll give you a sugar cube.
No, I won't. That was my last one.
Remember, that's what you say when you cheer someone and you're about to drink something.
Yeah, you say garage key, and they go, what's that mean? Well, that's what you open your garage with. And then everyone's like, oh, yeah, garage key. So she came up and did that, and that blew me away the first night at the Gold
Yeah.
Nugget. Loved it so much.
Remember, you fell on the floor.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So, go back. Oh, wait, your plane's here. Fuck, what's going
I
on?
gotta catch my plane. I'll be right back.
Fucking hell.
That fell down.
Yeah, let me...
Unaided. Yeah.
Seating for 4 more gay people.
I'll
right.
get the stool.
What are you doing?
I'm going to turn it over.
You go to over. It's like working with the fucking Beatles. You go to over. Say ball, bull. An Australian saying 3 words that sound the same. Bull, ball, and bull. Say them. Say the 3. There's no difference between any of them.
Ball, ball, ball.
You would get hit by a ball or get gored to death.
Yeah,
before
but
you.
it saves spelling a lot, doesn't it? You should-
Yeah, Australians they're weird. Like they always go up at the end of their sentence. What?
And he's ready.
What?
He's ready.
She's ready? Come on out.
Oh, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the real psychic Tanya. Penny Wiggins.
Penny Wiggins!
What a difference. What a huge difference.
Yeah. There is.
What's 5 plus 5?
Thursday.
Yeah?
Yay!
So much smarter.
Wait. No, you always say there's a thin line between Psychic Tanya.
There is a very
Penny.
thin line between the
But
two of you. Yeah.
the best thing is, after
this
the
is a
show,
wig.
though, when you would do T-shirts and Jonathan would be in his own zone, he's sweet, he doesn't want to know, and people will come up, and you'd have to stay in character, but you'd spell the name correctly for Jonathan who's not paying attention, so someone will come up and go, "Hey, it was really nice to meet you. Can I have your signature? Yeah. What's your name?" And she'd go, "What's your name?" And then you'd spell it. That's JOHN, John. And so he would know who it was because he'd go off and you'd do these really difficult names and get the spelling right, but yet stay in this character.
That's when she paid attention to the show. Remember the one time somebody's cell phone went off in the audience and went dun 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 dun, and I hear from backstage doo-dah, doo-dah. I went, that's brilliant. I'm going to keep her around.
Yeah, she is different.
She's not even sleeping with me, and I'm going to keep her around.
I'm the only assistant, aren't I? That you haven't slept with?
Yeah, Chris. Bruce.
Hey.
No, you slept with them. So
Yeah. No, we never. She never relented. I tried everything too at first.
Yeah, he did.
Now it disgusts me. No, at first though I did. I wanted in because I had just been divorced and I wanted to get back on the horse. Nothing personal. And there you were with your trotters.
How could you take that personally?
Well, I got a few dinners out of it, right?
Yeah.
And probably some flowers.
Flowers.
And you got an
Shut your mouth. What are you going to do? All the things that I did for you.
If we got a couple of other people, we could do a checklist.
Yeah.
Well,
Would you have blown me on the first date too? Sorry.
It just went down.
This is gonna be fun.
There's all blast.
Yeah, that's what this whole show is about. We're gonna relive the past and have a lot of fun. And,
How about better chairs? I'm just asking.
Are you really sliding off?
I am sliding off this chair.
Really?
You thought it was just Tanya.
Are you sliding off yours?
No.
I'm not sliding off mine.
You're not wearing a silky dress.
That's what it is.
Anyway, I thought I would start off by telling you my favorite 6 minutes of Jonathan, my favorite stories of you. And so when I met Jonathan, I was just a struggling comedian, actress in Hollywood.
You never stopped that, except for the Hollywood part.
Well, I'm back to square one.
Yeah.
But
No, square one's way far away.
Anyway, so you brought me to Vegas, and you changed my life completely. So thanks a lot,
You're
fucker.
welcome. There's ups and there's downs.
And we've gone so many places. We've gone to Italy.
We've gone around the world, and she's the
France.
crabbiest fucking person. I'm gonna wait till Erica comes out to tell these stories.
She's laughing already.
He fired me in Russia. All the
Did I fire you in Russia?
Yeah, we got a big fight because you were so angry. You were so mad.
Why?
They wanted you to go to the room and
They wanted me to go to the room.
and perform for them.
We would have been killed if we went to the room. We did a show in Russia for what was supposed to be an industrialist, and it turned out to be the head of the Russian mafia.
That's industrious.
And I bombed so fucking bad during the show.
ever.
It was the worst show we've ever done. And he paid something like $75,000 for us for the night. One show that was so fucking
The
bad.
worst
The
of our
airline
life.
lost all our props.
All the props. We had to go to some Russian
Hardware store.
Hardware store,
And try to recreate our show.
That's not it.
And you know, I have these brilliant, pristine props that I usually use. So I had to go and buy the show for $60 and do it, and we tanked. Nobody knew English. Nobody knew any English, and they wanted their money back, and I wouldn't give it to them.
Imagine how much they would have wanted back if they had understood the English.
Like the dance, like they had this spectacular show, like with the famous.
It was Gloria
Russian,
Gaynor. It
like
was Gloria Gaynor.
Gaynor.
How
And all
fantastic could the show have been? It was Gloria Gaynor. I will survive.
But
Oh,
either
fuck.
way, the audience was like, "Woo!" And then we came on like, "Dash."
Yeah, they were like this. They were doing
whole
everything. They weren't doing the leg kicks, but they were doing this, right? And the body language told us that we're fucking dead after the show. So
Afterwards,
after
Jonathan's
we
like, did we do okay? I'm like,
yeah, no, we didn't do all right. Because I don't know. I don't know if we bomb or to me, it was all the same, so I don't know. I have no perspective of my show, whether I bombed or did great. So it's probably a drug factor thing.
Yeah,
But,
maybe.
did I go on yet? I also did that one. Was it, did we do it already? Yeah. Are we back in the States? Yeah, we're back in the States. All right. So, and they wanted me to come to the guy's house to do another show to make up for the bad show I did at the venue. And I'm like, we're not falling for that, fuckers. We get there, and then we get killed, Erica gets raped and killed. You get beat up.
Just bad.
Oh, I was skinny back then, but
Okay,
anyway.
you get beat up. You got ignored. Erica gets raped and killed. You get ignored. You never find me. It was the longest ride to an airport I've ever been on.
was,
It
really.
was like we expected the henchman to pull up anytime.
I know.
And I got back to the States and told Copperfield, and he says, "Oh no, they don't kill you there. They kill you in the United States. They come there to kill you." I'm like, "Oh fuck! I thought I was safe." So I'm still.
The whole ride, he kept doing that.
Yeah. Then you get to the car on your head on the horn. That always in the movie.
And the guy that booked us, he was the one that had to drive us
Oh
back.
yeah, and he was
talk
he was like, please give us money, give me money, because if you don't pay them back, I have to pay them back. And I'm like, yeah, it was like he was dead after he dropped us off. He was dead, and I didn't feel bad about it at all. I was like, sorry, man. I mean, here's like $20 for the ride.
And then where else we've been to, France?
Well, we've been to France. Let's bring out our next guest. I wanna bring her out. Can you put the picture up on the website? Did you get it up? Can you get it up, Chris? I need some water. My mouth's so dry the mice are hunchback. It's been a long time. I haven't worked in a year. All right, good. Now. You don't love me. You drink that if you love me.
Do you want to watch it?
Come on, if you look.
No, I'm okay. I'm fine. Okay.
Sophie, would you have a sip of that, please? What?
Don't
Sophie
do it,
will do
Sophie, don't make me look bad!
Listen.
Sophie! Oh, well, she dated you.
Yeah,
she had her dick in your mouth.
Right.
I didn't have
And that was my point.
That's the difference.
And it wasn't just mine either.
Just thought I'd point out to her my mum's visiting for me.
Oh, shit, your mom's here. But wait a minute. Let's point out that your mom also wrote a book on anal sex.
She
did too.
She wrote the preface.
The prefix.
Yes.
Why would they ask you to write a preface in an anal book?
Because she owned all the photos. Because she's a...
Explain your parents.
I'll explain my parents. My
dad is a
father-
pornographer.
My dad is a collector of a photographer.
Pornographer.
Well, we were having that discussion. It was what's the difference between fetish and porn, weren't we? And then I think it was Bizarro that corrected us. We were like, in porn you use in
Chicken.
fetish you use the feather,
Feathers.
and porn you use the whole chicken.
Yeah. And that in the context of your mom. Thanks a lot. That's very nice.
No. My dad is an ephemera dealer of turn of the century erotica. So, and they published it into many books of different genres.
And he's an unbelievable artist, your dad.
He is a great
Just
artist.
amazing artist.
Amazing.
And he gave me some hand-drawn pornography.
He did actually. It was pretty amazing.
It was beautiful stuff.
Yeah, beautiful stuff.
Speaking of pornography, we're going to introduce our next guest. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been really traveling around the world with people. You have to be close to people, and this girl was so much fun to travel with. We had so much fun, and no one's more afraid of aggression than this girl here. Because Penny and I are very aggressive, and we would wrestle in the back of the van, and she would be like locked in horror in the corner like this. She's a lot of fun to travel with. Since she's left the show, she's gone on to do her own thing, like everybody else has, because there's no more despair and embarrassment in her life, and
Or sugar cubes.
And most people move on with their lives and become pretty wealthy and famous after they're with me. I guess if they went on to work at McDonald's, the income would be better. But she's on the cover of Blur magazine. Can you see the cover, Chris? Is it up on the monitors? Well, I can see it right here. Yeah, it's right up. Yeah, look at that. That's an unbelievable photograph. She's a model. She's a singer. She set my show up. Nobody ever. The people would go so far out of their way for Erica when she asked them like for a hammer or something, and usually it's like, oh fucking, you should bring your own hammer. They'd go to a fucking hardware store and buy a hammer for her.
Like she's four of them.
Yeah.
Which color? Which one?
She's a stunning girl, ladies and gentlemen. Erica Van Lee.
Yeah!
Hi, Erica. Better sit this way. Yeah.
The slippery chair.
The slippery chair. Right.
Slippery
Let's see if it's slippery for you. Is it? Oh, it's just a distribution that thing. All right. Anyway. I love you, Penny.
I love you too, Jonathan.
I know. I tease you, but I'm only serious. You know that.
We were trying to talk earlier about her things.
We were talking about trying to come up with. Erica will take any dare. As shy as she is, she will accept any dare that you fucking give her. And we were in where were we when the vampire? That was the best one.
Oh my gosh!
We were
I forgot all about that.
Where were we?
Oh yeah,
where you met
put
Billy.
the fangs in.
Is it? We were in Australia.
Yes.
No. Yeah, Australia.
Yeah.
Where you met Billy.
Yeah.
And so there was a vampire kit. Like the store was closing. First of all, they wanted us out.
Oh my God, that's
Right. And she took this vampire kit that cost a couple dollars. It had fake teeth and makeup. And it took 20 minutes putting this all white vampire face on. And the store owners were so pissed. They're like, please, pay for your thing and leave.
You want to get out?
Yeah, get out now. And so
Not that nice.
She dressed like a vampire in the store and then went around the mall terrorizing people, sneaking up behind them and scaring them, dressed like a vampire.
Asians.
They were all Asians. Like,
Chinatown.
it's like Godzilla.
Remember the horse?
Godzilla. She climbed up on the horse. Yeah. She climbed up on this giant statue. She would do anything for money. Not anything. Not anything. Well, one time, what was she trying to fit in her mouth? So many objects at the restaurant. You were putting something in your mouth and your cheeks were that big. I was dying laughing. We were eating something, it was sushi, some kind of sushi. I said, I'll pay for your meal if you put it all in your mouth at once.
It's like the one time when I filled in for Tanya.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I remember that. And you made me make this ventriloquist doll talk. He's like, go out there and be a ventriloquist. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. He's like, just do it. Just try it.
I would throw you in over your head. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't.
He's like, walk the doll across the stage and then make it talk on the monitor or something.
Yeah, whenever Penny took a vacation, Erica would step in and we would come up with these.
She's a beauty queen.
These characters. One time you were a beauty queen.
What was your name?
And with the shoes.
Yeah, one time you were a hillbilly from the south. And you spit on me. You kept spitting on me. I'm like, fucking stop spitting on me. That was so funny. The stuff that I wish we had on tape. I have the vampire on tape. I have the whole.
Where is it? We
on tape, honey. Just saying.
At your house, location one.
No, let's roll the clip now. You think we have the capabilities of doing that? Seriously? We have advance notice and we can't do the shit. So now, I've lost touch with Erica because she got married and this little whole thing went down where I haven't been able to talk with Erica for a long time.
It went down.
Yeah, it went down. Yeah. So
it's called the law.
Yeah. So we had a bad incident where somebody got touchy-feely with somebody else and they called the police. Let's let them think it's us. And then... So we haven't been in communication, but she's been all over the world by herself. She's a pop star in other countries. When she goes one country?
Turkey and Germany.
Turkey and Germany.
Turkey and Germany.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. Yeah. People have money there. They pay for tickets there.
Turkey and Germany.
But the music video she made is unbelievable. What is the where can we see the video?
You can find it on YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
So you type in Erica Van Lee and it'll come up, the video?
Yeah.
It's a really, really done well
I'm
video.
in it. Bruce Bach is in it.
Bruce is in it too.
Yes.
Who we're gonna bring
Eliza's
on.
in
Eliza's in
Yes.
it. That's right.
Yeah.
With a bicycle.
Yeah.
Are you in it, Eliza?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Except for you.
Yeah, what happened? This is before the whole Billy thing. Why wasn't I
You
in
were
it?
busy. You were saving a boy in the bathroom or something.
That's a good reference. That's a good reference. Tell them about that reference that you just did.
So at the Riviera, we were like, he was getting ready for the show, and then he would go in the bathroom.
Every night. Every night I had to do my business.
So he would go save a small boy or a dog in the
Yeah,
bathroom.
that's what I would say.
I was helping a handicapped lady up the elevator. That was another one he used to use.
I always had a good line. For, what it really meant was, I'm going to do my drugs before the show starts.
Sometimes you
Boys and
say,
girls, don't do drugs, okay?
Sometimes
Just
you
because
say,
just because they made me wealthy and famous and cool doesn't mean it's going to happen to you.
remember sometimes you even say, I'm going to go get stoned before I get on stage.
These are the breaks. Here's the switch.
Paper.
What? She's point to something and make me look and then go, like, what's that? How the fucking, that's so easy. So stupid. It's not even this. This is stupid. It's a lazy version of this.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God, that's the funniest.
Can't believe you remember that.
Look at that brush.
Okay, I have a weakness. I'm looking down anyway because my notes are here. Yeah. That's
Sure.
Wow. You're working for Chris Angel too?
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted
God
to tell
damn it.
you. I wanted to tell you that here.
Are you really working for you both are working for him now? He's absorbed my crew.
Well, actually, it goes deeper than that, doesn't it? Because you could go back one more, couldn't you, and say he actually likes your ex-employees except for me, apparently.
Oh, he's an SQ.
It's all right, he's an asshole. So
Yeah,
I
because Eliza works with him.
Eliza works with him too, right?
used to.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
So everybody did. You know what?
You ran
I
the
think the whole world works for Chris Angel. We're just his audience members.
Apparently, we are.
You're next in line. Think of it that way.
It's too
I don't
late.
think so.
Sympathy thing's just not working. The damage is done, okay?
But we started dating the night that we were at Chris Angel's New Year's Eve party.
We did?
And you saw your ex-boyfriend, and you were so
that's right.
pissed off that I knew I could get in. I knew I could wheel and deal my way in there. I'm like, oh, poor girl, your boyfriend, he's such an asshole.
So we take you shopping. Let's go shopping. You wanna go shopping?
Actually, you guys were great though because you were all protective. And you were the same, Eliza. They're all kind of like, oh no, this is, and they're all like, and you were like, go get Sophie. Is she all right? Her ex is here. You were really sweet.
Thank you.
Don't
Yeah.
want to get
You were
out
too.
That he,
Remember what you said? Remember what you said to him, Sophie?
I do.
That was the best.
What?
Oh, he
The
was
best.
there with a group. I mean, like literally that morning, I got a
was there
text
with a
saying, "I
girl.
miss you, I love you, and I have not seen anyone else, and you're crazy." We get to the party, and he's there with this girl, and he just sort
What
of
an asshole.
He kind and he was stood there, and I was there with you and Eliza, and I said, "Wow, nice to meet you. How long have you two been dating?" And he went. Just walked away.
I
with
liked the
this
guy. I
girl.
thought he was great. It was always nice to me.
It was
Always nice to me.
hysterical, and you were waiting for it to blow up, and you didn't know if it was going to. It didn't blow up. It was just really awkward and quite funny. And then I drank too much and went home with Jonathan.
Oh.
As is often the case. Saves me a lot of money on date rape drugs.
Have you been practicing your reindeer dance lately?
That was one of the trivia questions I was going to ask you. Yeah, the reindeer. What was the name of the song that I danced that to that? Oh.
Grandma got run over.
Yeah.
Right here. Come on, just do it right here.
I don't have feet anymore. I can't do it. My dancing days are over, girls.
Just kind of do it sort of like this.
The only thing that's still working is my mouth. Yeah. No, I can't do the reindeer. That was really a highly technical dance. You had to do like way up leg dances. Like, can you do the reindeer dance? Any of
Do
you?
the reindeer dance.
Oh,
Eric.
she couldn't do it in those shoes.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer. I can't. My foot's bad.
Penny,
What's wrong
don't
with you?
do it. Penny, please don't do it.
I have a bad foot. What about?
You can't play in our reindeer games.
Did you ever find your kitty?
Kitty.
This is a character named Kitty.
When we were on the
These
road.
two would get these characters going, and they wouldn't stop, and it would drive me nuts. At that fucking airport, sitting in the They would just do these characters. I'm like, oh my god, and they wouldn't break
She's the
character.
gypsy lady, the smelly,
Gypsy.
awful gypsy
What's
lady.
do an impression of Penny's face when she gets off an airplane after being in another country?
She looks like she needs to change her diaper.
She's so fucking ornery when she gets off an airplane because she's been stuck in Coach.
Yeah, and then this is us together on our way to Russia. I'm here and she's there, and she's sitting like, what do you want to watch? What do you want to watch? Here, what? Do you want to play a game? I'm like, we don't have any room. And then I put my jacket over my head so I have my own room, and then I peek and she's like, awful as space. Awful.
Yeah.
And then she sneaks up to
I remember
first
you
class.
hiding under your jacket.
How many times did she get us to leave?
Yeah, she's
Twice.
Oh,
Only
yeah,
Twice. I sneak up to first. Once worked once though. You know?
Did it?
No.
A long time ago when I was 12.
And when you woke up.
No, I was 12, and they were like, "Oh, little girl."
She wanted to be up there with me so bad. It was just like she's like sugar cube. All right, we're gonna bring out our next guy, Chris Ritter. He was really more than a road manager. I think he was a protector in many regards. He saved me from many casino bosses. He would run interference for me. If something had to be said, he would go and do the dirty work. And he was real good at it. He was really good. He got things done. And I love that about him. And the show is always set up right. By the way, girls, what is underneath the two silks on my table? First one.
The snowball.
Oh,
What?
I know.
zombie?
The stick for the zombie ball. Not that the zombie ball uses a stick.
That was so easy that I didn't even think that was the answer.
Which way does the cork go? Left or right?
Left.
Right.
Right.
I never
Finger.
set the show up.
Yeah, yes, you have to.
I did, but I used a manual.
Yeah, there's a manual.
Picture.
Yeah, the photo.
Wait, but Chris Ritter, remember why he quit the show?
Yeah, I do, because you got stapled in your eyes. Let's bring him out and talk about that. Yeah, one of the worst stage accidents in the history. Chris Ritter, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Come on over here, Chris. So yeah, that's really right. I forgot that's why you. Is that why you quit?
No, that's not why.
Why did?
Well, it was within weeks.
It was within weeks after that, though.
She got stapled in the eye, and then she recovered over a period of 3 weeks. And
And then you
right
quit.
when she came back, I gave 6-week notice.
6 weeks. That's a long time.
I know.
Your job really wasn't like that week by week thing.
Yeah,
6 weeks. That's a pretty good stint.
that's what I thought. Yeah. I was like, oh,
I said, you're gonna be working for me for 6 more weeks, Bob.
yeah, right.
But even though it
We
wasn't really your fault.
It wasn't your fault.
It wasn't
It
your
was-
fault. But you took care of me every day. You came and picked me up
Then it was his fault.
and drove.
'Cause nobody would do that unless
Nobody. He felt bad, and he came and picked me up like a little knight in shining armor.
Oh,
I felt bad, but I wasn't responsible for it, so I didn't think I needed to drive over your household.
Not one visit, my friends. Not one.
No. She took an eye. What happened was somebody in the crew switched to staple guns.
No, it was once upon a time there were 2 staple guns. One was rusty and it worked, and one was fake and shiny and it didn't. And then one day you found one in your garage, and you said, we're going to use this new fake gun and we're going to strip the guts out. And I was like, okay. And Waxman was there at the time too, and he was going to give it a hysterectomy. But we were also extending the dressing room out and putting drywall in. And Waxman brought in...
Dressing room?
Yeah.
Was that the Flamingo, was it?
Flamingo, yeah. Waxman brought in a 4th staple gun, and he left it in the prop bay, and so I used that.
That was the
thinking
beginning
it
of
was
the end.
No, it wasn't his fault at all. It's just that I didn't tell the difference between a yellow handle and an orange handle, and my little test to see if there's staple in it failed because I didn't do that right either. So,
But it was really, the outcome was, that turned out great because I got to work with Paula for 3 weeks.
yeah, and Penny took it in the eye, and then she continued the show.
She did,
And-
with a staple in her eye, not just a little staple, staple
Well,
gun
it,
staple.
it drained all the fluid.
punctured and then bounced out, and then there were holes in my eye, and it just. But I thought I was bleeding, and that's what I was most.
It was
worried.
leaking eye fluid, valuable eye fluid. You
Right.
can't buy eye fluid. I tried on the street to get it. It's like $50 an ounce just for a half ounce vial of eye fluid, but fuck, you get stoned off of it. It's just like you can see for miles. You're like,
yeah, and I had to have her to have. She had to have perfect vision, or I wasn't going to sleep the rest of my life. So.
And then they said we had Thursdays off, so I said, well, and this happened on a Tuesday.
She won't let anybody take her place. She was so scared of being replaced, wasn't she?
I was, and then I know.
Well, you could have with the word.
Anyway, my point is, I wanted to work on Wednesday, and they said if you work Wednesday, you will lose your eyesight.
And she's like, okay, I'll do it. I'll play that game.
No, so I got an operation the very next day.
We went to the ER, and he was like, I think you're okay, but just go see a real doctor. So I came back to her house early in the morning, brought her in to a real doctor, and he's like, let's take a look. Jesus Christ, get into surgery! It's going to collapse! And so we wheeled her into surgery because your eye is actually like a balloon, and it runs out of air and it collapses.
Yeah.
The air pressure was rapidly...
You can fill it with helium and have a little floating ball.
And so they put her into surgery, and then they gave her all this Valium, and she doesn't do any drugs, so she was like wiped out on Valium.
Oh my! I've seen her wiped out before. I've got a videotape of her wiped out from the dentist.
Illegally taken, I might add.
She didn't know we were taking it. Ellis called me up and said, "Hey, I just got Penny from the dentist. She's really stoned. You want to see this?" I went, "Fuck yes." Brought her over to the house, and she was out of her head. She was crawling. I gotta go home. Crawling on the front lawn. We put empty beer bottles around her. Took pictures. It was great.
And they called TMZ, which was even worse. Just kidding, babe.
Yeah, they wouldn't show up.
No, they wouldn't.
But it was. You were out for 3 weeks. Paula came in the show and wrote the Blue Man Group joke with the blue around the mouth, and you wouldn't do it because you.
No,
I thought it was too dirty.
I did it anyway, but I didn't feel right about doing it. But I committed to it. Yeah. Because I'm a professional.
Here's how Penny commits to something. Penny, you'll do it or you'll pay a fine. We had fines. We actually we have to install the fine system with Penny because we were talking about this. She was such a prima donna after a while because we were so spoiled. Yes, you were. If you didn't say hi to Penny fast enough, fucking that was it, man. Okay, 2 fights backstage. Who were they? Who did she fight 2 times backstage? I mean, fist fight.
Christy Clark.
You?
No, not you. No, I told on her. Christy Clark.
Yeah, Christy Clark, 2 times fist fight. I'm on stage, listen to fucking 2 girls brawling, and it's because she didn't say hi to Penny fast enough. That's being a prima donna.
At all.
No, well, sometimes people are busy, and But anyway, it got so bad. The girls came up to me and went, "Look. We got to just tell. This is a democracy here. We got to tell you, Penny's out of fucking control." And I went, all right, I'll talk to her. When both of them have to come up to me and say Penny's out of control, it's like, "Is this my brush? Why are you using my brush?"
You went too, Sophie?
No, I wasn't there then. But I am
was you.
Was it you, Ariane?
Now I know why you're so weird with me.
But you know what Penny used to do? Sometimes we would be chit-chatting or something, and there might been, I don't know, say a cue coming up that she was supposed to be there for, and she might have occasionally been distracted. So she would go, and then when she came off, she'd say, and I can tell you this now because the show's not running, but she'd say, "Can you say that you forgot to put the prop? Because he'll find me, but he won't find you." And I go, "Yeah, all right." So we would switch whose fault it was occasionally.
You also would switch lines, too, from backstage. I would hear you trying to do Penny's voice because Penny wasn't there in time.
But some of the things that we would, it was pretty funny because we really liked each other, and it was funny.
When you get the girls backstage, it becomes like a chicken coop, like a hen house. They start talking and missing cues.
No, but
Chris never did that.
And you would be yelling at us back there, "Get with the program back there."
Sometimes I'd come on stage with tears in my eyes. You didn't even know it. I'd be like, "Okie dokie."
I remember one time. Remember when Penny slipped and fell on the stage?
No.
She fell so fucking hard.
I never did.
Oh, she went down like a shot, man. And she came out to deliver her next line, and there was this little little pain tear. You know, when you're hurting, and you got that little, and her lip was quivering. And she's I started laughing so much.
Kept for so long. That's not true.
I remember the quiver like it was yesterday. It kind of makes me hard.
What about Chris Ritter? How did you meet Jonathan?
Good question.
I know how you met me. I remember.
Yeah, well, I knew of him because I grew up in San Francisco, and when I was in high school, he was a name in the San Francisco comedy scene.
Not just there.
Not just there.
everyone.
You could have just said comedy scene, couldn't you?
Yeah, someone just said, you want to work for Amazing Jonathan.
Who was that someone?
That would have been either Greg or Christy Gleason.
Exactly right.
One or the other. They were inseparable back then. And
Shut up. My favorite line of Chris is that's one of them right up there now. But another one is he said that I am to magic what John Wayne Gacy is to clowning. I did for magic. That was during my roast. You said that. That was the best line. I've used that. I've stole that line so many times, man. It's a beautiful line, man. That roast was great.
Yeah.
You were great at the roast. You were probably the best one up there.
What?
What a night. The roast. You were there.
I was there.
You were there. Weren't you at the roast?
No.
Was that the one at the Red? No.
That's when Penn and Teller did the
Yes.
Jesus on the cross thing.
I was there.
Oh, were you there?
Yeah.
Tattletale was there.
Yeah.
That was something.
Tattletale.
Ariane.
Oh.
She now has a new nickname.
Tattletale? It's very original.
Wait till after.
How did you do the tattle and tail? How'd you get those two together? That's very good.
I'm original.
Yeah. That's nice.
Creative.
So, what are your tell me some of your memories of the show, Chris?
I remember April 1st, 2002, I had a room at the Nugget, even though I had a place in Vegas, which made everyone at the Nugget hate me, you know.
Yeah, when they had to give up rooms, you mean?
They gave me $50 of free food a day, plus an EDR access. So I gained like 20 pounds that year. And and I was drinking a lot of Pepsi and cinnamon rolls to stay awake because I didn't want to miss anything. But I was.
You should try the stuff I do. You know, you don't have to. That messy, sticky cinnamon frosting shit. You know.
Yeah. So I was in the theater on April Fool's Day at 10 in the morning, and I got a call from Steve Levine at ICM, and he's very efficient. He just said, "Chris, Steve Levine, ICM, listen, do you have Salt Lake City tonight?" And I thought it was a joke, but I wasn't sure. And so I just said, "No." And he hung up. "Great, thanks." And it turns out that someone had booked you in Salt Lake City that night, but no one told me, and you forgot, and no one knew. And Gary Proper, I guess he didn't return phone calls.
Oops.
So I got you on the phone. You said, "Well, we're going to do Salt Lake City tonight instead of the show at the Nugget. Chris, I need you to book flights, pack the show, fly to Salt Lake City, set up the show."
I remember that. I do remember that now.
And tell Martha that there's no show at the Nugget tonight. I'm like,
Martha. What was her nickname?
I forgot.
Barbie.
And so I packed up the show and flew into Salt Lake City before you guys. And back then, in 2002, the NSA and all that, the TSA. The crew was like, "It must be hard to fly now. You can't sneak anything in." And I'd flipped open the bags and I'd hidden all of his props. There was a tiger dildo. There was explosives in the blasting caps we did.
It looked like the case in the airport that you cannot bring these aboard. That basically was our. That was our show. I could take that case and do my whole show with it.
So through magic, we just hid everything, and they never spotted it. And then we did the show, and it rocked. And
tiger penis is funny.
They came to you and said no swear words, but they gave you a code of what to say instead of fucking shit.
Yeah, frick.
Yeah. And it murdered there because it worked on a meta level, and all the Mormons were laughing.
Well, you can't. They were even offended by frick. Frick. He said frick.
Yeah. But it was an amazing show. You know, they loved it. You killed in Utah. You know.
Yeah. The show works everywhere except for Moscow. Apparently.
And
go ahead.
Well, I remember the big Tony Orlando prank. You said we need little girl dresses for the little people.
We need to get 2 midgets right away, and we need dresses for them.
Right, because Kevin James.
This is the kind of orders that I would give to the crew. Like, you guys need to find this. I just came up with an idea. I want to look beat up, and I need a pogo stick. Okay, fuck yeah. I need a young Jewish boy and a cue stick.
It was a bit like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah. So Tony Orlando had an 8 p.m. show every night, and you terrorized him from time to time. And he had all these loyal fans. They loved everything about Tony. And Tony Orlando had a big show in the 70s. Tony Orlando and Dawn, these 2 backup singers.
Black girls.
And
not that it matters.
Not that it matters. And so he came out on stage. He interrupted Tony's show and said, "Tony, I love you. We have a very special treat for you and your audience tonight."
And everybody went, "Oh!" The audience thought it was done.
2 very special people from your past are here tonight to sing a song with you. And even Tony was probably thinking,
"Yeah, like Dawn's
what?
Coming out.
Thelma and Joyce are here, you know."
Thelma and Joyce, you know they're fucking Dawn's. You are fucking so nerdy to know that.
I know. And what happened?
So we had the midgets come out. 2 black midgets. No, they're
blackface.
Blackface. That's.
Yep.
Hey, Bruce.
Oh, Bruce. Oh.
Yeah, we have to tell the blackface story. Anyway, so they come out and they one of them's got a yellow ribbon, and we made Tony Orlando tie up the midgets with a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree.
But remember, it was the longest applause, laughter I have ever heard. It probably went on 15 minutes solid.
Yeah.
It's because it was
laughter.
really funny, Penny.
But it was just one of those moments.
That's the same night that we got in a battle with Maurice at the Gold Nugget. Remember, I yelled at him in the lobby and I wouldn't go on stage that night.
Yeah.
And the president of the casino
Ticket
yelled
office.
at me
Right.
because I yelled at him, and I get a call from Richard Sturm saying, "You don't ever yell at the president of the casino." And I'm like, "Look, motherfuckers, I don't work for you. I rent your room out." And we had a big battle over that. You know, you're not my boss. And I never worked really ever again in Vegas. Yeah, but he would run interference for me all the time. He would go between me and Maurice. We shouldn't say the name, Maurice Woods, who now works at
The Win.
What a dick! You're a dick. You're a dick. You're a dick. I'm looking at cameras we don't even have. You're a dick. You're a dick. You're a dick. You're a dick. All right, there.
Yeah.
Does that feel better?
Yeah, it does. We got one more chair. We got one more chair. So let's bring out, ladies and gentlemen, this girl was worked for me and lived with me for quite a while. We were dating, and we almost got married, didn't we? But we didn't. I got babes, though. I did get the babes.
You did.
I still do. I still have a
You
beautiful
have beautiful taste.
one. I do, and that's why I went after you. If we were married, you'd be chopped up and buried in the desert.
After the first day,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Yeah. But aside from handling my personal business, which she did, everything, the checks, I had to write the checks, and she stepped in as stage manager at the Flamingo and did a terrific job. She knows the show as well as she knows me, so there's this discussed on two levels. Ladies and gentlemen,
Should move down one.
Eliza Zimmerman. This is great. This is a blast from my past, all this. Look at this. Now, you met me through Joel. Eliza worked at VIP desk at the Golden Nugget and started dating my road manager at the time. And he's the only one not here, Joel from Australia. And when he left, I picked up Joel's slack. He said, "Listen, I'm not going to be around. Would you fuck her for me for a while?" And I went, "Yeah, I can do that." So I stepped in, and Eliza has got one of the most wicked senses of humor of us. Look at her; she's just sly looking. You can tell. Look how fucking tricky she looks. Yeah. So she's now back in the business. She's now an assistant again, doing magic with James Demure. Who has a photo?
Oh, wow.
Where? Oh, it's on a monitor. Was that you?
Wow.
Wait, go back. Yeah. Who's the guy in the tight pants? Is that James Demare?
Yeah.
Oh, I went and saw the show, and she was terrific. Is there another one?
Yeah.
Oh, god damn. Look at this.
Wow.
Now, that breast job was done after we were together.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
You wouldn't let me do it.
I don't care about that stuff. I'm not a materialistic guy. So, no, I don't like that. I wouldn't like that.
I have something here.
Your shoes. Look at your. I got you.
She looked at her shoes.
People wonder what the fuck are they doing.
So, although we got to say
It's inside joke night.
she does a lot of things really, really well, the one thing you cannot do is make gloves.
No, there's two things. You can't
no.
snap her.
Black art gloves.
No,
We had
I
these black
totally
art
need-
gloves.
Her
that
fingers
she
aren't
made
real.
finger, and we couldn't move them.
Yeah,
we would have like
you couldn't
these-
snap your fingers either. She was supposed to snap her fingers during the show, and she can't snap her
No,
fingers.
I can.
Now you can because you were told to. You were told go home and train. She was doing this. They had to put a snapping sound on in there.
Oh, no, I can
get
do
the black art outfits you need, though.
Yeah, we made black art outfits and
I had the
curtains.
two most beautiful girls in the city, and I put them in black art outfits, and you can't see them. That's thinking. Things would float. Ooh. Never mind, they have great breasts. Things would float.
So,
My priorities were really out of whack.
Eliza, what's your favorite memory of Jonathan?
Probably the Halloween show at the Flamingo. That was.
Oh my God, Chris, were you there for the Halloween show?
No,
With
he
the
was already gone.
Oh my God, we bombed so bad. It made Russia look like we killed. We had smoke about that thick. First of all, the CO2 smoke machines, they're terrific.
Skeleton costume sewn onto the front of the house, and I couldn't see.
Everything went totally wrong.
Yes.
The midget, the guy was supposed to get ripped in half, and we had a guy with no arms or no legs, just arms. He could walk on with his hands. Curtis. And he was buried in the smoke. He wasn't tall enough to fucking be seen so you could see the top of his head coming above the smoke once in a while. That was scary. Ooh.
You had me crawl on stage.
Yeah, and then you were crawling, and I went, no, you're not supposed to go. Come back. And you crawled halfway out, and then turned around and came crawling back. So all they see is you come crawling out and crawling back.
The smoke is so high, though, too.
But they saw you.
Well, you said crawl like you're hurt, and I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, I said like crawl like you're hurt. She crawled like a dog. And so they see her come out and then look real confused because I'm going, the other way! And she turns around and goes, okay, that's number 2 effect. That's scary. Then we had Bob Motes on the ghost with the black art. And we couldn't see, and he was just moving the ghost like he's supposed to move it all over the stage with the black rod. And he's just doing this, and the ghost was going, and I'm like, move the ghost around! So he does a figure 8 continually.
For 5 minutes.
Yeah. I said, we better quit this fucking, let's just get out there.
Wait, did I do Mama Waldy too?
That was during the ones that worked at the Gold Nugget.
Yeah, I love Mama Waldy.
Yeah. We had some good special effects.
Yeah, we did.
It worked at the Nugget. It didn't work, not so much at the Flamingo. When did you step in? You stepped in at the Nugget.
Yeah, I stepped in February. You started in June.
Who replaced you? Erica?
No, Bob
Motes.
Yeah.
Oh. I came in for...
Why didn't we ask him to come? This is a guy who I walked into his magic shop when I was a little kid, and he's the one that taught me magic. So right there, he should be fucking shot, right? But I said, you know what? I'm going to look this guy up after 30 years and see what he's doing and see if he wants to come out, and I'll return the favor and hire him. Don't ever hire anyone from your past like that, man. It was the worst experience I've ever had.
Your sister recommended him, right? Or?
No, my sister knew him, and that's how I met him. But he was horrible. He was just the worst. I mean,
no teeth. His teeth kept falling out.
It's not a physical thing, wasn't it? He could give. On the other hand, he could give great blowjobs. I bet.
You don't know.
And then the first time you yelled at him, he goes, "Stop yelling! I quit."
Yeah. The first time I yelled at him, I said, "You're not going to survive being here." Because I can fucking. Oh, Erica, do the impression of me yelling.
No, because you yell once in a while, and something was wrong on the table or this, and it always started. I told you not to blah blah blah. You know, and it was just every other.
So you always do that impression of me, like
I told you not to.
It never sounded like that at all.
Yes, it did. No, it was louder. It was much louder.
But it's always in the heat of the moment, like when I come running off stage and something's not there. I'm like, motherfucker! But never off stage or when we're together as a couple. Get the fuck out of the car now!
No comment.
So, what's going on now? What are you doing?
I don't do anything.
No, you work at the Hard Rock, right?
I do work at the Hard Rock, my old job.
Yeah, you got the old
which is
VIP
nice.
job.
Yeah,
and
I'm a lead.
she was there when the Pete Townsend, what's his name, died from the Who.
Wine Shop or wine.
Yeah, what's the bassist for the Who?
And Whistle, yeah.
John and Whistle.
Yeah, he OD'd or.
Yeah, she had to go up there and covered all of it up and move the fucking Coke straw into the Pepsi bottle.
Put some flowers around him.
Well, I had good training.
Wipe his nose. Oh! I have never overdosed. In all of the times you guys knew me, did I ever act like I was on drugs?
No, functioning.
That's a quick no. When? Oh, fuck you two on that side. This is a right side question. When did I act like I was on drugs?
Never. No.
Seriously.
No.
I want to know. It doesn't matter. You can tell me now. Now's the time.
Well, we don't eat after the show sometimes. Like,
What
when
about
you did a lot of it, you'd be like,
when I went to eat?
yeah.
You'd fall asleep.
I wasn't doing heroin. I was doing speed. How was
I don't know. I know.
Maybe because
but
I was
you were
tired.
super high, I think.
No, I wasn't super high. I was tired. I've never been super high. Never been super high.
It's hard to tell. It was hard to tell if you were if you were yelling because you were.
You were yelled at because you needed to be yelled at. You
No.
fucking prima donna, bitch.
You were the prima donna.
I was. I
You
am a
were
prima
the
donna.
biggest prima donna of everybody.
I was
Why
pretty-
isn't that there? I quit.
No, I was a prima donna when one thing happened, Chris. When was I a prima donna? What was the worst situation that could happen on the road when we were
Foxwoods.
That's it, Foxwoods Casino.
yeah, and we
when when we didn't have their room ready, when we would fly all fucking day, get there at the gig, and your room will be ready in 3 hours. I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers! Just to have my room ready when I get there. I got to sleep before the show, and they didn't have our room ready. This is like, what was like a 1,000-seat theater. We sold Foxwoods out in like 2 hours, and David Letterman was at that show.
Yeah.
And they didn't have our room ready, so I turned around and I said, you know what, I'm going to go fly back home again. You call me next time when you're ready for me. And I left. And we went and checked in to a hotel.
Mystic. You drove to Mystic.
I drove to Mystic. That sounds good.
That's a long way away.
I drove to Mystic. In my head. And
Yeah. You don't want boogies.
is it off?
Yeah.
Where's my water?
You spilled it.
Oh, it's a water.
Another one?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I want to see if Eliza will drink it after I spit in it.
Eliza, don't do it.
Eliza, do
See
it.
if Chris will do it. Don't, Eliza.
See, they love me. They love me.
Try this side of the room. See if Erica will do it.
No, we don't play to the left side anymore. After the whole you're sleeping.
That's why we're on this side.
These are the ones you haven't slept with. Those are the ones.
It's a roofie. It's Cosby.
He had no choice.
He said, have some pudding.
I tell what, he didn't have long hair then. I can hold that long hair now, and I go town on you, boy. But were you at Foxwoods?
Yeah.
So do you remember what we did?
We left.
We left, and we hid in a hotel, and they found us. They called around to see if we checked into another hotel because they had a full sold-out audience,
Yeah.
and they said, "Are you coming back?" And Chris came up with the best idea ever. I said, "I'll come back for $2,000 extra, and I'll come back. Is my room ready? I want $2,000 more." And they said, "Yeah, no problem." But we had to come up with a good reason why we wanted the $2,000. What did we say? You came up with
The
this.
$2,000 went to charity, and I got the guy to say that he would give you a return gig, same price, old price.
Right, and then we gave it to. We said we gave it to charity.
And the guy.
The Make-A-Wish Foundation.
And the guy was so mad at me, he thought I held them up for money. He thought that was my plan, that I was holding them up for money.
Yeah,
He
you
thought
never worked there. I never got that gig back again. But you
No.
guys just worked there last week with Chris Angel.
Yeah, we did.
Fuck you both. So anyway, we're talking over here.
They asked
Great,
about
yes.
you. They asked about you.
Yeah, Chris Angel was always hot for you, huh? He always liked you. Is he still flirting with you all the time?
No.
No. Erica, look at me.
Erica's married. She's married.
I know she's married, but that doesn't stop Chris Angel from flirting.
He's
with
very
you.
nice.
Flirts. Well, yeah, I won't bring it up. All right, so. So
What?
did he treat you guys good? Was it fun?
Yeah.
So, can't believe it. He stole my crew, and now he's going to steal my act, isn't he?
But he rehearses for 15
Shut
hours
up.
a day.
And look at the show, and look at our show.
This was rehearsal. Jonathan would get there 2 minutes after the show started and said, "Okay, we're going to do a new bit. And right when you get on stage, I want you to take this and spin it around and then scream out loud. And then here's the script I want you to learn right before you get on stage."
Yeah.
And then, and somehow we managed to do it.
It's called trying out new
pressure.
material.
Yeah.
The worst entrance ever was in Minneapolis because Marshall Fields did a show.
Oh,
they
my
brought
God.
in Wayne Newton, and I couldn't. And Wayne Newton wouldn't let me into the rehearsal area. He needed all the rehearsal time, and we devised a thing for
Taken away from our rehearsal time.
to get on stage, it wasn't straight wings. It was like this elaborate way of getting onto the stage because they built a beautiful stage, such nice people.
It was
there.
Vegas night. They had Vegas night in Minneapolis.
Vegas theme, and then you couldn't find your way on. And at the last minute, you put me in the audience as a stooge.
That's right.
So I couldn't direct you to the wings. It took forever for you guys to get on stage. You were climbing up and over.
I remember that, climbing over all kinds of shit to get. It was a great entrance.
And
yeah.
then you walked in. The first thing you said was you saw a bunch of Elvis impersonators.
Right, and I said, "Is that Elvis, or do I have a brain tumor?" And just before I said that, we came on. There was a lady who had a brain tumor, and she was on stage with Wayne Newton, and her dream was to get a kiss and a rose from Wayne Newton.
And she was bald.
And she was bald from her treatments, and I was downstairs playing Nintendo. I didn't hear any of this shit. I was on my little fucking Walkman Nintendo thing. Chris didn't fill me in on that part. So I said that line, and nobody laughed. I couldn't understand why nobody laughed. And after the show, what did they do, Chris?
They really kindly went up to me and said, the second part of this tour in Chicago, we're not going to need you. Here's your full payment. The show's running long. We're not going to need you, but thank you. And
they cut me out of the show for saying it and didn't tell me. So I thought, oh, that's nice. I don't have to do the second show, and there was a lot of money.
Chris, remember we didn't know how to tell you. We were like, we were sweating. Like, how do we tell Jonathan?
I wasn't mad.
Mad.
I wasn't. I was thrilled. Do you remember what I did when you told me?
You were like, all right, cool.
Fuck yeah! I took their check and I went to Marshall Fields, and spent some of the money. Gave them back some. I bought a suit. I got all kinds of shit. Just give them back to the man.
Or the corporate gig you did, where the audience was just not receptive, I guess. And then so you pull out your check and you told them what you made, and
I said, "Well, you guys should laugh because this is how much you're fucking paying me." It was like $70,000. Is that funny now? Am I funny now, fuckers? And I kept showing people the check.
Wait, it was Carmel, wasn't it?
Carmel.
Yeah. Carmel.
Oh my God, that was the most.
You went because you thought it was caramel, but it was Carmel.
So disappointed. I was so disappointed.
Remember when we were with Joan Rivers?
Yeah.
That was fun. We worked with Joan Rivers, and what casino was it?
Sydney, the Crown.
Right, Crown Casino in Melbourne. Yeah.
She wasn't racist at all.
She wasn't. I don't think she was racist, but she did use the word cunt on stage.
Yeah, she did.
You guys got along really good.
Yeah.
And you got along good with Pauly Shore. Mm-hmm. He liked you. Pauly Shore liked you. He's like, Weasel, the Weasel. So slimy.
Yeah, he was next door to us.
He makes me look like a gentleman.
Remember what Joan Rivers said to you? She was like, "Get out of my way."
It was fun going until we flew to who was our opening act in Saint Tropez? Who was our opening act? You guys weren't even going to
Danny
get
Sylvester.
Yeah, Danny Sylvester flew. Met us in Saint Tropez. This guy who owned what did he own? Ron Dennis. He owned McLaren Racing
with F1.
Right, and he was so rich that he flew us all to France and then to Nice. Then we took a private helicopter into Saint Tropez, and we did a private show for him. And I asked for $100,000 cash.
He's like, okay.
And it was a cash deal. He said, okay. I didn't want to do the gig, so whenever I don't want to do a gig, I set the price so fucking high that I know they'll say no. But he said yes right away, and I'm like, fuck! I could have got more than $100,000. You know, I'm never happy.
And then remember, they didn't give you all the money, and so because Simon.
Yeah, they gave me half the money.
And Don was like, I'm not going on. I shan't go on.
Well, how did I say it?
I told you. I needed $100,000 fucking $. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, but that's what he said.
That's what he would say.
That was a good gig, man. We had a suite.
That was the best.
That was the last good gig I think we did.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. Was the Nugget after that?
Wait, what else did
it was
we
during
do?
that.
Well, Nugget was horrible after that.
Well, we've been to Australia twice. We did Australia.
Yeah, we thought we'd kill in Australia. We did a fucking horrible
The first time we went was great, though.
Yeah, the first time, and then
remember Dane came with us, right?
Yeah, that was it was fun, but we didn't.
Yeah,
we made
we
no
fun.
money.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of money.
Yeah,
we lost so much money.
I thought we evened out.
Well, that's what I told you, but we lost a lot of money.
No, but they take it at the border in customs. Well, they pay taxes right there. So.
I'll pay taxes for what I'm bringing across the border. I'll gladly bring taxes because I'm always hiding my shit.
Oh, like the time you palmed it.
I palmed it. Yeah, the guy found my pipe. This wasn't international, but yeah, he said, "Okay, I found your pipe. Where's the stuff?" I'm like, "I got no stuff." Magic. I don't know what you're talking about, officer.
Every time we would go through TSA, Penny and I would be like, oh,
I know.
we're going to get through.
I know.
Sweating bullets.
I know. Me too.
Whose suitcase did he put it in?
What they didn't know is, I had stuck it up both of them when they were.
No. Go back to that side of the room.
I remember I used to put it in a plaster. I'd sink the baggie inside of a plaster hand and then put it on a prop. So they would have to chip away this plaster hand to find the baggie, and I was safe.
Or in your headband.
My headband? Oh no, under my wig.
Yeah.
That's a good place too. What do you have under your wig? A wig? I beg your pardon.
How dare you? I've never been more insulted.
How dare you? I will not come into this country.
I will not play here.
Yeah, but I always got it across, and I was always too high, wasn't I? Fucking liars.
Here's the oatmeal. Here's Jonathan's face. No.
The drug I took made me like. Like a monkey. Like a little monkey. So, that's enough. Listen. Quiet.
No laughing, please.
Do you remember the games we played in the van? Oh, we had
Sounds
some
so
good.
weird.
That sounds really scary.
It does sound good. Just say yes so I can get it on tape. I can make a video out of that. What's a loop tape? Remember what we did in the band? Remember what we did in the band?
The magazine?
Yeah, where you pretend to be, you'd say stuff.
Yeah, that was. Oh yeah, that or on the plane we take the magazine and write funny things on and pass it around, and people thought we were.
Yeah.
And then you guys were doing your characters on the plane. I'm like, I'm trying to fucking hide from you two. God, they were embarrassing.
We had fun on our trip.
They would have thought you guys were on drugs and not me.
Because you were just painting, and we were like, oh, let's go to the restaurant. Let's go do something.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I'll be over here.
It was the same with everywhere. Let's go see Italy. Let's walk around. I'll be in the room.
No, you broke. What did you break?
I was on the diving board and I went to do a fancy dive and I jumped off the diving board. I felt like a coil in my knee just go like a spring. It felt like a spring going in my knee. And I just was in the water, underwater going because it hurt so bad. I needed bubbles of pain going up and like the little tear of pain that you had.
I made made the funniest video of our time. I should have brought that for you guys.
Yeah. Let's show a clip of that. So yeah, Italy was. I didn't even get to go to the restaurant with you guys because I couldn't walk.
I know. And you said,
bring
it
me back. And they wouldn't give takeout food in Italy. They won't give you takeout food. They said
it's not fresh.
Yeah, it's not fresh, so they won't give you a takeout bag. I'm like, bullshit. I wouldn't believe you guys that they
we
wouldn't.
brought it back for you because it came out of our pockets. We put it
yeah, but there was lint and shit in there too.
We brought it back for you.
I ate it though.
You did? No.
So thank you guys. I want to thank you guys for being there for this whole time, and it's been great. And I probably had more fun than I've ever had in my life doing the show with you guys. Thank you very much.
Jonathan.
I love you all.
I love you, Jonathan.
And I'm glad that we could all stay friends through all of it. And
I know.
even though we didn't have a lot of fights, we were a happy crew. Thanks to Ariane and thanks to you keeping the peace backstage.
We had a good time.
Yeah.
Sophie was definitely the peacekeeper.
She was the peacekeeper. Sophie was neutral about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like if I was mad, she would just calm everyone down.
Yeah,
like,
she did. She was
Sophie, you're being a cunt.
No, you could never yell at Sophie.
No, I didn't never yell at Sophie.
No, I don't
There are
think
people there are people that I never yelled at, Penny.
Yeah.
Yeah. People that were on stage when they were supposed to be safe.
All those who were never yelled at by Jonathan.
Chris, did I yell at you ever?
Once.
Ooh, you remember it too, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what was it?
I don't remember.
I remember though that one. I was working with Kevin James on and off. He'd gone in to work for you guys downtown, and he came home.
Oh my God!
Horrified,
Yeah.
just horrified. He said, "Penny and Jonathan, I thought they were going to
We
kill
had
each
a
other."
fight. Oh my
We've
God!
had-
When we fight,
It's like,
fucking,
but we've
it's
only had two
or three.
two
I
fights.
punched you once.
Yeah, you did.
I had to punch her. There's Michael Charles punched you, Penny, and he's the nicest guy in the world. You called the cop on him.
No, I wasn't. I was pretending to, and then somehow they heard, and I was faking it. I said, "I'm going to call the police on you," and I'm like, "Hello, police!"
He
But
was threatening
somehow
to
the
punch you?
operator had answered and heard, and then they sent the police up, and I'm like, "Oh
Well,
shit!"
you said you were going to call the police on me. We were fighting, and when we fight, like Kevin James was there, like you said, and he was like terrified because he was in the same room. And we were going at it. And here's how she fights, like a fucking lame duck, right? She's like, "You're an asshole, Penny." "No, you're an asshole." "Then shut up." "No, you shut up." It was like fighting with a fucking mirror with breasts.
But we've worked together 13 years and had what? Two
fights,
in
yeah.
our
But
life.
it was so frustrating. I wanted to get out of there before I hit you. And I got on the elevator to get away from you, and you went to get on the elevator. I'm like, "No, you're not getting, you don't get on with me. I will kill you if you get on." And she got on with me, and I went, just not, I popped her in the chest. I hit her in the chest. And she went backwards. So her eyes got wide, and she went backwards. And she hit the wall, and she slid down like in the fucking movies. She slid down the wall, and the last thing I heard was, "I'm calling the police." And I went, "You know what? She's done it before. I'm not going to take the chance." So I went to Pizza Hut for like 5 hours.
Stay clear. Yeah.
Stay clear. Again, thank you guys for being
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
the core of the show, and thanks for keeping everything in such nice shape and freshly ironed. It's all beautiful. If you want any of it, it's in the next room. If you want to pick through it and then maybe have some trivia things, Erica, go back there and maybe take the clown mask or something.
Oh, yeah, that was our
yeah.
question. So
Yeah.
how many people do you think ever played Bubbles in total? How many Bubbles have there been?
You played it on the Comedy Central special.
So about 7.
You got credit on the
Big
Comedy
Bubbles,
Central
I've been
special.
Bubbles. You
Yeah.
probably
Yeah,
been Bubbles.
because of the nerves.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
here except for you and Penny is being Bubbles. Everyone said
No, I did Bubbles once.
Did she? So
I
you've
did
been Bubbles
Bubbles.
too.
Yeah.
So you're the
I did
only
nurse
one who hasn't
practice
had to
once,
play
a
Bubbles
couple
because it could be
times.
Yeah, it wouldn't be funny if I played Bubbles.
But I hate to say this,
But I have blown myself.
I was the best Bubbles though. Even
I
though I
kind
did
of
it once.
believe
Why?
it.
Because I just was. I'm just
And
kidding.
Bruce too.
Bruce was Bubbles.
Bruce was Bubbles.
Bruce was a good Bubbles. He came out without his shirt on. Bruce will commit, man. Bruce will commit.
Yeah.
You'll meet Bruce, and we're gonna do another show with some of the later crowd when you guys took off from left me.
For Chris
Not
Angel.
you didn't though. Yeah, we have the newer crew that moved us over to Bally's. Oh. Who got me that gig?
I did.
Oh.
Ended the lifetime of the show in Vegas.
No.
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 I don't want you to have to live with that.
Jonathan, I'll say this about Jonathan, is that he will help anybody, anytime. I've seen him through all the years I've known you. You've helped so many countless friends and people.
I'm a helper. I'm a nice guy.
But you have, even though you might not think that about you.
No,
but
I do.
You're a great guy. You've always been a great guy, and
You got the money
you're
yet?
one of my best friends. I said July,
Thank you very much.
and I love you, Jonathan.
And I have car keys for all of you.
You're like,
Thunderbird.
Red Porsche to you, Thunderbird to you,
GTO.
GTO. What was yours?
The yellow Porsche.
The yellow Porsche.
And Chris,
No idea.
the toy.
Well, go
pets.
pick one. Go have fun and pick one.
Pick one.
Yeah.
Chris,
So thank you,
Chris
John.
wrote a book, by the way. I have
Yeah.
a book that's going to come out, and Chris helped me write the book.
Yes.
It's an autobiography that we worked on, and I wrote it, and he fixed it up, and
Great stories.
great stories.
When's it coming out?
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be out on Penguin Books publishing it, and it should be on bookshelves never, because I'm lying about that. So I don't know. They won't publish it because the ending is Andy did drugs. It wasn't he quit drugs.
Right.
He does drugs. They don't like that ending. Yeah. Neither does my wife, for some reason. But enough about my impending doom.
Oh,
Not my wife. I mean, I'm talking about my heart. Who is my wife? Ooh, did he pull that out of the gutter?
yeah.
Did he just pull that out of the gutter? I
Kinda
fucking
fixed
think I
it a
did.
little
Think I did. So this is Burn Unit Part 1. Part 2 coming up next. Thank you for being, like I said, around.
Yeah.